It was like nothing changed, but something did. Clone Daney got up from his slumber looking around his environment, not seeing anything out of the ordinary. Maybe I should have took another sip of that soda. Danny was aware that he is something to keep away from the public and far away from the government's eyes. Clone Daney ran on the road. 2 in the morning. Nobody in their right sense would go for a ride this early in the morning. Overall, he did not want to explain to another family that he was just a worker from an entertainment company, and just wanted to say that he wasn't really wearing a realistic mascot costume and was just going around trying to get viral online. As soon as Clone Daney reached a empty park, he goes to the trash can and starts searching for anything to pleasure his hunger. Danny grabbed an unfinished bag of potato chips and quickly ate it. Danny looked up while chewing and saw an outdoor camping tent, still in its packaging. Danny assumed its original owner left it behind by accident, but he didn't care as long as he found it a way to relax and collect his nerves. This is good and all, but I'm gonna have to get some camping clothes. Can't let humans see my unnatural look. He spoke quickly, looking around for some pieces of clothing. He unraveled the tent packaging and was glad to see all types of camping gear and equipment waiting there. He was more satisfied as he saw some scout uniforms with a hat, too. Danny processed to pull out all the clothes and started to set the tent up following the instructions on the manual. How the freak am I supposed to set this all up with this? They just gave me a picture and said figure it all out, he says to himself in a petty state of disbelief. Danny proceeded to set up the tent and then set up a small comfy bed to sleep on. Afterwards, he got up and went to some trees and punched a tree so hard it went flying. Danny's eyes widened in surprise, not recalling him having this ungodly amount of physical strength. Gosh, am I Hercules? Danny questions himself. After managing some wood and smashing it, he rubbed some logs together, causing smoke, eventually forming a camping fire, which he throws onto the ground, trying to calm it down. Danny sneezes and catches the blood out of his nose onto the gloves, and remembering he is now in his night phase, Danny sat back down on the chair that came with the camping gear. It gets lonely around here. Wouldn't mind a friend, he says, as he moves his hands to make it look like he's cursing somebody with a spell. All of a sudden, one of the logs he was pointing at woke up and got on 2 feet, smiled at him. Danny's expression went back from bored to surprise, as he has just created a new friend. Danny soon went out around the park, wondering if there's any restrooms near the area. Danny soon discovered some sort of blue fire emanating from the ground, and he soon went to inspect it. What in the Matrix? Hell? He spoke before getting teleported away. Danny opened his eyes back up and sees he is in space, slightly above the earth. He continued to look down, not understanding his situation. He was at the camping site, and now at the near thermosphere of the planet. Out of the corner of his eyes, he sees a purple, dark-like figure appear, also staring at the earth. "You get here up much," he spoke to the figure, but the individual did not move or even react. "Hey, Sneaky Pete, I'm talking to you." The figure finally spoke at Danny. "For once, I'm able to say you are the only individual that is worthy of important data." Danny looked at the figure in an unsure manner. "What is that a reference to?" he replied. The figure all of a sudden made Danny float to them and spoke again. "There are 19 dimensions, only one you have discovered so far, and the other 18 yet to be uncovered. I have created these dimensions, and I am here to applaud you for being the fortunate one to gain this enigma of information, and for you to grant your entry to your new home." The figure then drops Danny back onto Earth, following him back at rapid speed. "So am I in a new world?" he says, yelling at the figure as he falls down. The figure disappears out of his view. After landing at who knows where, he finds a used brand new Dollar Tree calendar and sees the date. "It's June 2023? He screams, knowing he is 1 year now into the past in this new world of his.